Welcome to Flash CS6 Tutorial 13, Level 4, You Lose. It's a follow-up to the Tutorial 12, which was Level 4, Game Over, and that's what I have on my computer. I want to make sure all my layers are locked. I want to select this. I'm opening up this Level 3 for a second, inserting a layer, and I want to make sure the layer comes here. I want to make sure the level is on the bottom of this section 3 here, and I want to call this background, BG as in background. Make my stage 50%, and that's the only layer that's unlocked. So select that frame right here that's in line with level 4. On this, in line with this background, right click, insert a keyframe, and now I have this background right here. I'm going to put it here. Pick up your rectangle tool. My stroke is black, and I'm going to pick a color blue. Just going to make a rectangle anywhere there on the stage for a second. I'm going to pick up my selection tool, click the stage, open the properties panel, and I want to see the properties, this document up here. So I'm just looking at my setup, and my stage is 550 by 400. So pick up my selection tool, highlighting that rectangle, open the properties panel. I want the, make sure this is unlocked. See that? Unlocked. 550, 550, and 400, 400. And I believe if I put a 0 here and a 0 here and enter, and now I have a background for my level 4. While it is still highlighted, if not highlighted, up here, modify, convert it to a symbol. Make sure movie clip is selected and call it BACK as in back, GRND as in background, underscore MC, and copy that name. OK, open the properties panel and paste it in. So now the whole background is a movie clip. Make sure the layers are all locked. Select the actions frame here for level 4. Open the actions panel. Come way down to the bottom. Before this stage event listener, put a couple enters in and type this code. Background underscore MC, that's that movie clip we just made, period. It's an add event listener, open bracket, mouse event, period, click, all capitals for click, comma, background, BACKGRND, close bracket, semicolon. I'm not going to explain these anymore because we've done so many of them. You can cut and paste if you can't see it. It's the function. There's the name, background, open bracket, event, colon, mouse event, close bracket, colon, void, and open bracket, curly bracket, and a close curly bracket, and in between I'm going to trace background. So let's see if that works. No errors. I'll get through this as quick as I can. That's level 2 here. Level 3, all I gotta do is hit 2 targets, 1, 2, and now here I'm on level 4, and if I click anywhere here, I trace background. Good. Back on the main timeline, I only want this to appear up to here, so right here, click, insert keyframe, and click here in one sweep, right click, remove these frames, and that stops there with my background. Now we have to make a you lose frame. So on the frame names line right here, right click, insert a blank keyframe, open the properties panel, U, capital Y, O U, capital L O S E, you lose, enter. Go up to frame 70, put in a keyframe. Go back to the next layer, unlock this text layer, select this frame right here in line with the you lose, insert blank keyframe, and let's do this. Let's go here, right click, copy that, click back here, right click, paste in place, and double click and say lose, L-O-S-E, you lose. Select this frame in line here and insert a keyframe. Let's go back to the frame here, 31 for level 4 on the action code, and we still keep this trace, but above this trace type in this code, type. I'm just going to correct it here, modify it. Count L4, that's the counter, counts how many things we hit and sort of thing, equals count L4 minus 500 semicolon. So now if we just click and miss the target, we're going to lose 500 points. At the same time, just the same format as used above, we want to display it. So you could just go up here sort of thing and copy like that line there and put it down here. It's the same line. So now we're going to be penalized for missing the target. And let's see if that works. This is level 2. Here's level 3. 1. And here's level 4. And if I just click inadvertently, I go to 500. Minus 500. I missed it. Back to 0. There's a 500. 500. Now, sometimes if you hit clicking on it, notice my cursor. Right there it disappears. Right there it disappears. That's the text box area in here. And if I'm in there, I can't click. Nothing will happen, see? So, but if I click over here, that works. If I click here, that works. Oh, I missed. There it is. So that seems to be working. Okay, we're back on that same line of code, which is frame 31 for the actions layer. And we're inside of this stage event listener, where we're checking to see if the count is 1500, and right above that put a enter and type this code. I'll just align it here. Start with this section right here. If open bracket try 1, that's the first triangle up there, period, hit test object, small h, capital T, capital O, that will all turn blue if it's spelled right. Open bracket, bottom underscore MC, close bracket, that's an if statement. Open bracket, and we're going to say go to and stop, GOTO, small, all letters, all small letters, capital A, capital S, that will turn blue. Open bracket, quotation, you lose, close quotation, close bracket, semicolon, and there's the close curly bracket. Copy that, paste it twice, and just change the try 1 to a try 2 to a try 3. And at the very bottom of this, between these two curly brackets, put a couple enters and type this code. Type. You could have actually copied those lines and pasted them. That's up to you. But either way, it's going to be the same, except here it's going to be if count L4 is less than equal to minus 1500. So that means if we hit this, miss the targets 3 times, because each time we do it, we're going to subtract 500. will also go to this you lose. So down here, instead of you win, you're going to have you lose. Okay, let's try the you lose that way. Test movie test. I'm going to get an error here. Yeah. We never made these bottom MC movie clips yet. This bottom MC movie clip that we wrote the code for. Up here, we wrote this code for bottom MCs. So we got to make that bottom movie clip. Back to the timeline. And select the background layer. Insert a layer. Call it bottom. B-O-T-T-O-M. Select that level 4 right here. Insert a blank keyframe or a keyframe. Pick up your rectangle tool and pick up any color you want. I'm going to go with a crazy blue color, and I'm going to make a little skinny line right here. Right? Pick up my selection tool. That's the only. Make sure all the layers are locked except that bottom layer called bottom. Highlight it. Open the properties panel. I know I want it to be 550 long, 550, because that's the length of my stage. And I know I want it to be at the 0 and at the 400. That's good. So that puts it right here. Modify, convert it to a symbol. Make sure movie clip is selected. BOTTOM_MC. Copy it and paste it in for instance name. Now, anytime when we're on this level 4, if a triangle comes and hits this, the game will be over. Or if the score goes below minus 1500. Shouldn't have that error this time. Good. Get through this quickly. Any two, I'm going to try to get the two that I don't normally do here. Got that one and the blue one. Now, if I click, I can't see it down there. Why don't I see that? Oh, I didn't put it far enough. You lose. I want to bring it a little bit higher. This is because I never moved some of my movie clips up. Don't worry about that. Go back to this main timeline, select this bottom, and arrow it up so that you just see that when I arrow it down till I just cover that black line. There, now we will see that. That's good. Now let's come right here for this level 4 text. Click on it. Insert a folder. Call it level 4, L-E-V-E-L 4. And drag these things in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right here where it says 0 score, on these 4 frames, click here, just the 4 of them. If I got 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Insert keyframes. Now make sure all the layers are locked except those 4. Try 1, try 2, try 3, and text 4. Select it all and make sure that you select those 3 triangles, otherwise they'll appear on you. Now we got to raise this quite a ways, so get that crosshairs and raise it. You got to raise it enough so that when these move, they're not going to come into play here. So I think that's going to be enough. Actually, I'm going to move them off to the side a bit too. Get them out of my way completely. Click down these 4 here and drag them up to the end. Okay, that looks good. The background here, just click on that and drag that to the end. I don't mind seeing that at the end. That won't hurt me. These three here, these for level 3, click on them, drag them over to the end. We can close this off. We can close this one off. Open level 2. Select those 4. Drag them to the end. Don't jump layers. Yep, we can lock that one. Oops. And this one, grab those 4 and drag them to the end. Now, I'm just going to check them all, make sure they go to the end. They all go to the end. They all go to the end. Them. Them. Test movie. No errors. That's good. I missed one there, so I gotta wait for another one there. Now if I click it, minus 500. Minus 500. But if I click in here, it's not going to work because I don't have my I'll let one of them hit and you lose. So that was good. This time I'll try it once more. Try to win this time. Test movie test. I'll try to win this time. Oops. 500, 1500, game you win. Now, what you can do, is make this smaller. If you want, make it smaller, but make sure you can get all your characters in here. Move it to a different spot if you wish. Or you can make sure your targets don't go through it. That's up to you. The last thing I think we got to do is get rid of this. So we're just going to pan here. There, I got to get rid of that black one. So I'm locking all my layers. That black is right here. So I can just select that, unlock that layer. Make sure the only thing I select is this black. Delete it. This is something else. This is probably these text boxes here. So I don't want to, yeah, see that? Don't want to lose that. If I go here, I want to get rid of this. Just double clicked on it, delete it. I think that's good for that. I might have done something I don't want to do there, but we'll see. Let's just test this for a minute. Control, test movie test. Gotta be careful when you start deleting things. What I would do is I'd move this blue over there. You lose, because this one hit the ground. I think that's it. Close that off. I think that's it. I hope you learned something from this tutorial, and I hope you use what you learn.